Hey guys, this is Chelsea,
And it's Felicia.
and this is
Fire
Fire in
in
the
the
Pod.
pod.
Welcome back to another fabulous episode with your favorite people ever.
In the world.
How was your week?
Well,
Do we want to skip that question?
let's just skip it for this week, It's
Okay,
been a
that's fine.
lot
That's
going on.
fair. Things are getting very intense. It's the end of the school year, and
Yes.
we're just ready for summer.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that,
I haven't
right?
even signed my kid up for summer camp, but it's fine.
It'll happen when it happens, you know? Okay, so before we get into what we're going to do today, we would like to talk about moms.
Because Mother's Day is Sunday.
Mother's Day is Sunday, and we are so excited, and we love moms. We are moms.
Period.
We have moms. We
Period.
have grandmas.
Period.
Special, special ladies in our lives. So if you haven't yet, get your mom a gift.
Yeah. And by the time you get this, Mother's Day will have already passed. But if you didn't get your mom something and you got a mom, you know what? Actually, no shade, because it can be a convoluted thing. However, if
Seriously.
you do have a good relationship with your mom, please, 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 I hope that you spent some time with her this
Yeah,
weekend.
it's important. Okay, so what's your favorite memory with your mom?
Um, I would say something that my mom did that's always stuck with me. It's very simple, but
Mhm.
I was talking to a coworker about it, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's really sweet." So one of the things that my mom would always do is the first and the last day of school, she would take off of work because she worked full time at that time, and she would make sure that she was the one to take us to school and pick us up on those days. So with school about to be out, that kind of made me think of my mom, and I actually do that with my daughter now. Very small tradition, but it's stuck with me all these years, so I'm making sure that I do the same thing
Yeah, that's really
for my kid.
important. That
Hmm.
is really important. I love that. Um,
What's yours?
I have a lot, but the one that sticks out the most to me is whenever my mom would make Christmas. Honestly, not just Christmas every holiday, but
Mhm.
mostly Christmas. She would make it really special every single year. It didn't matter like what we were
The
going through at the
how?
time, the
Yeah,
house, yeah, it was always special. And so every time I think of Christmas, I think of my mom
I love
and how
that.
special she made it. Yeah.
That's really
I mean,
sweet.
she's a special lady for a lot of reasons, but
Love her
Christmas
down.
was a time.
I bet so, because I love her down.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want a squishy? You get to choose one.
Yes,
I
so
have,
Friend has new squishies, and I
I
like this
do.
one because it's like very
Okay, that's a real Nito.
groovy.
Okay, I actually have a legit Nito.
The colors are what entices me because I love pink and purple, and
Yeah.
very, very cute.
And then I like this one. I got it from
Very
Amazon.
cute.
Yeah. It's an axolotl. I just got this one today.
A
It's a dumpling.
little dumpling. How precious.
And listen, no shame. I'm a child, okay?
I mean, but hey, aren't we all? And isn't the journey about healing inner child and fulfilling the things that your inner child would typically do and get, and all the things? So hey, no shade, no judgment.
Look how cute it is.
It's so cute.
Okay, so we're going to be reading our submissions. We also have our own stories, maybe. I don't know. I have one, but I don't know if I want to tell it. We might. Maybe not. We'll see. But the first one is a question, actually, from a listener. And they asked, how do you know, or how do I know when to wait for someone and when to move on?
Mm, it's specific to the people in the situation. So I'll just try to speak as generally as possible and based off of my own experiences, right? Um, but I would say once you find that you are compromising yourself in any type of way to sustain what that relationship is, you need to take a moment to see how possibly beneficial it would be to walk away. I know it's very, very hard to walk away because I've been in that situation before,
Yeah.
but it cannot cost you yourself or your peace.
Yeah.
And that would be my take on it, just at a very, very high level.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, once you begin to compromise yourself, and that can be in a multitude of ways, but that's where you kind of have to, have a conversation with yourself, within yourself, and just weigh the pros and the cons. That's another thing, like, don't just rush to jump the ship, but at the same time, if you're finding there's more cons than there are pros,
Yeah.
you see.
Every situation is different. I feel like my answer is more harsh, but it's only because like I've been in a situation where I thought like your self-awareness has to be like top tier, and your like ability to,
Yeah.
what is it called? We used this term last time we recorded. I can't think of it right now, but your ability to like, not intuition,
Discernment.
discernment. Yes.
Hmm.
That has to be top tier, because people will waste your time.
That's it. That
And
is very true.
sometimes it's unintentional, but like, don't let people waste your time.
That part.
Basically, like
Yeah.
if they've shown you by pattern and like their actions that they're uninterested.
Or that they are inconsistent and don't have the capability to try to be consistent for the sake of what y'all got going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's time to like just walk away from that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, this is a story. I have to hold my notebook for it.
Okay.
I called it Got Pie because it's actually really funny. It's from one of our close friends. I'll tell you who it was later, but it's
Hmm.
actually really funny. So it was around Thanksgiving time, I think. And oh no, was it? I don't know. Okay, well, I'll just read it. One time I worked at a doctor's office and they had food catered for lunch. There was a whole chocolate pecan pie left over. It was from Papados, so you know it was so, so good. This is her words. I took it to my newly married husband's Thanksgiving. Okay, so it was Thanksgiving. I was right.
Hmm.
And his family loved it, raved about it, was talking about it, how good it was, that they needed the recipe, and I have to make it every year. At no point did I ever say I made it.
Looks like you'll be at the Papados every year
Yeah.
grabbing said chocolate pecan pie.
Yes.
It'd be like that sometimes though, because I mean, like, not that it was intentional and by any means, but like at that point, you either have to keep rocking with it each year.
Listen, we've all done that thing where we take food, like we order food and we're like, oh, we're having a nice dinner party. Let's just order this food and put it on
Hmm.
nice little plates. There's no shame in
No
that.
shame in the game, and actually, kudos to you.
For real. Love that. I'm going to read this one because it's actually my story.
Okay.
And I don't know if I've told you this before.
Tell me more. Tell me
Okay.
more.
So when I was in, or maybe it was when I was a senior, I put 17 or 18,
Hmm.
but neither here nor there. All I remember is what I was wearing. I was wearing jeans. And listen, nobody come for me, okay? Because it was a time. It was a time to be had. I was wearing jeans and I was wearing moccasin boots. They, if you're on the YouTube, you can see how far up my leg they went. They stopped like right here. Do you remember these
Oh
boots?
yeah, the little fringe Indian boots.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
they were in style. It was in
there
style.
was a time where those were cute,
And
guys.
my
Okay.
skinny jeans and a hoodie, okay? Just imagine the picture, just picture it. So I go to racetrack because I needed gas. And I was broke at the time. I was 18. So like whatever money I had was, it was like minimum, what was minimum wage? I was working
It
at the
was seven
freaking,
dollars and 25 cents at that time, I think.
yeah, I was working at the local movie theater.
Mm.
So like whatever I was making, it wasn't that much. So I probably got like $150, right? I went to go put gas in my car, went inside the racetrack, came out because I started pumping my gas. I went inside the racetrack, came out. There was gas running out of my car. Guess how much over I paid for that gas?
Well,
I
clearly a
had a
lot if it was
little,
running out.
right, I had a little Ford Escape. I paid, I think at the time I was paying like $30 to fill up the tank.
Hmm.
Which, gosh, imagine that now,
Oh, that would be nice now. Actually,
right?
low key, that's
I
what
don't
I do
even know
now.
because gas keeps getting higher and higher every time I look. But anyway, I paid $40 over. That gas was on the ground.
So, did you not
It
do the
didn't,
little? It didn't stop.
no, it
Oh
was
my
broken.
gosh!
And do you think I went inside and complained about it? No, I did not.
You got in your car and you
I
went
was
home.
terrified. I was traumatized. And now every time I go to a gas station, I'm like, I have to babysit this gas.
I mean,
I
in this
do. I feel
economy,
that way.
absolutely.
Yeah. Because imagine it. Just imagine it. And I'll never forget when I got home, I was so sad because those moccasin boots smelled like gas.
Oh, that
And
sucks.
you can't get gasoline smell out of moccasins.
Not moccasin
You just can't.
boots. Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. We'll never forget. We'll never forget. Um, okay, you read this one.
This one here.
The story.
Okay, so this is a story. I had people over for an event. My significant other was mad. I kept trying to include her. Got more mad. Goes on for hours where she gets angrier and quieter. Finally, she asks, "Do you know what bay means?" I, in my stupidity, get excited because she's talking to me. So I say it's slang for a romantic partner or close friend. She then gets angrier and turns purple. She says, "Who the F is Heather? And why is she calling you Bay?" While holding up the evidence, trying my hardest not to laugh. I say, "I don't know, but you'd probably get a better answer um from what?
Rob.
Rob."
His friend Rob. Yeah.
As I pull my phone slowly out of my pocket with my other hand up like a what?
Perp.
Perp emptying. Oh, like perpetrator. Perp
Yeah.
emptying his pocket at gunpoint. Oh, so that's the end of the story.
Kudos to the good storytelling though,
Yeah,
because like that's legitimately word for word what was sent, and I
verbatim.
died. And I actually know this couple, and I can actually picture that in my head.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that. We got a joke up next. Did you want to read this or are you gonna read
Okay. This I'm gonna name drop this person because I told them I would. This was Jesse Garfius
it?
because he thinks he's funny and he thinks he's
uh,
slick, and we need to get him on the podcast
oh,
since he's
facts.
got so many
You got
jokes.
so many hee hee ha ha's. It says, "I am in a situation and I don't know what to do. It's hard for me to say, but here it goes. If I turn left, I can get tacos, but if I turn right, I can get Whataburger. I'm so confused and need your audience to help me decide."
Someone tell the man to get tacos.
Get the tacos,
You can't go
sir.
wrong with tacos.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Whataburger either.
That's true. Their
You
fries
know what I'm
are,
saying?
yeah. I feel like I want to read this one last because it's so sweet.
Oh yeah, let's save the super sweet one for
Okay.
last.
Okay. If you could know, so this is a question. If you could know the exact date of your death, would you want to know?
Nah.
Why not?
I feel like it would
I,
defeat the purpose if that makes sense.
I feel like I would want to know.
You would want to know, but then you would live every day.
And then, like,
It's
would
kind
I
of like
meet
a
Jesus
two-edged
first?
sword.
I mean, I know I'm going to meet Jesus when I go, right? But, like, am I going to meet him first? You know?
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't
I
think
have
I
so
would
many
want to know.
questions.
I don't think I would want to know. I think I would be okay with just knowing that it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I
And then
mean,
that should in turn make you live life to the fullest, as cliche as it sounds, right?
yeah,
Because we don't know when it's going to happen. And I feel like if you do know if it's going to happen, these are just my thoughts and perception. But I feel
hmm
like if you do know that it's going to happen, it could urge you to live life more so to the fullest. But then I feel like it could also hinder you from doing so because you don't know which in the manner in which you're going to die. You just know when. So, what if
true.
it's something that's a reoccurring thing in your life, and every time you do that one thing, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die today. I'm going to
Yeah,
die today. I'm going to die today. So, I don't know. I think I'm good. I'm good on knowing.
yeah, that's a good perspective,
You
actually.
see what I mean?
I don't know. I still think I'd want to know.
I mean, I get wanting to know for sure. Because, I mean, yeah,
But it might give me more anxiety.
exactly. For me personally, it would probably psych me out even more. So,
Yeah.
let's just keep it how it is.
Okay, question. You're left out of plans with people you thought were close friends. How do you react? Honestly,
Have a conversation.
yeah, but I see. I was gonna be like, who cares?
I mean that, but like if it's truly bothering you, and one thing that I've had to grasp over the years is if you can't get over the fact of something, you need to have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
Because when you don't, you'll hold resentment towards that person and or people.
that's true.
And then how are you expecting them to know that you have a problem or an issue
If you don't say
if you don't
anything,
speak? That's like
yeah,
the whole having an expectation, but never voicing said expectation, expecting people to hold said expectation, and then wanting to get mad at them when they fail.
yeah,
That's not fair either. So just have a conversation,
yeah, that's true.
you know,
But also, who cares?
that part. I mean,
No,
I'm
really,
not
I
gonna
say
lie.
that. You know
I've been
me.
there. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna hold you. I had to grow from this
hmm
because I was very much like this in my younger 20s,
Yeah.
and I would feel away when I was not included. But at the same time, I feel like you have to be self-aware and understand where that's stemming from and why it triggers you so. And
Yeah.
again, have a conversation with the people or the person.
Yeah, and I say who cares, but like, let's be so for real. I'm a softie, so I would care.
Yeah. I mean, like we would all care. We're all
Yeah.
human beings. We all want to be included. We all want to feel like we're a part of.
My tough outer shell wants to be like, who cares though?
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you 100%.
These are questions. You are at a wedding and object to the marriage. Do you actually say something? Not okay. First of all, I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stand up and be like, I object.
Hmm.
That's some movie type shit.
It
Like,
really is. I feel like you should have had a conversation
for sure. If
prior
they're
to
if
that.
they're close to you like that.
And if you're there, you've come into acceptance that it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't, I don't want to use the word shouldn't, but in my mind, don't wait until you're there at the wedding and the guy is asking if you object for speaking out, forever hold your peace. Okay, you could have said your piece with that person in private where it could really like actually register, have time to marinate, and then they can maybe even at the altar be like, or maybe not at the altar because then that could also be, it
Yeah.
could be dicey either way. But
Gets
my
kind of
point
hairy.
is, if you really truly felt a way about it happening, maybe more beneficial to voice that before the actual event.
Yeah. Timing is everything.
Literally. Because again, at that point, if I'm there and I object, I'm going to support because I know that that person that I'm connected to that's getting married that I may not necessarily agree with the whole situation about, I'm still letting them know, hey, I love you enough to be here,
Yeah.
even though I may not necessarily agree, and let it be that.
Yeah. Because that just triggered a thought in my brain because I just did a video on friends holding friends accountable.
Yeah,
That's part of it.
literally. Like once
So,
you lay out all of your viewpoints and they still want to go through with it, you've done your due diligence.
Yeah. Yep.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to read this one?
Sure.
You find this one.
Okay. Another question is, you find your partner texting an
Texting.
ex, what's your move? So I have been
Conversation.
here, and again, candid conversation has to happen on what the motive is behind it. But then I also think within that conversation,
Boundaries.
you have to put yourself in that other person's shoes or your partner's shoes. And I hate to um I'm lacking on way to put it, but you wouldn't want it done to you, don't do it,
Yeah.
right? Because the moment that you test that boundary without taking into consideration your partner, that not only just breaks the trust, but it can kind of chip away at the idea within your partner's mind that you care. And I only say that because consideration is the highest form, I think, of care and love.
Mm-hmm.
And if you weren't considering in that, you maybe want to kind of back up and look and see if that was done, how you would receive it.
Yeah.
And I say that because I've been the one caught texting an ex.
Yeah.
And in that moment I was not considering at all
Yeah.
like how it would be received on the other end. So caution to the wise, just put yourself in that person's shoes. And if it just flip the tables or turn the tables, like if it was the opposite, how would you feel?
Yeah. It's it's disrespect. I mean, I don't know anybody out there that would be like, yeah, so and so's okay with me doing that.
Yeah. So
But
it's
okay,
tough.
like, yes, it's different for single moms with their baby daddy. Like, that's different.
Yeah, that's completely different.
Yes, they're an ex, but they're also your children's parent.
Right.
So that's different. But you don't have business talking to anyone that you were intimate with prior to the person you're with, honestly. That's inviting.
I was just about to say it's leaving a cracked door that even though like it may not be like deep conversation or anything like that,
It's still inviting.
it's still inviting doubt to happen in your partner's mind. And
Yeah,
then once that's there, it can grow and it can fester and it can get just really
not
not
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Cause I've been there and that shit was not fun.
Yeah. If you fall for a close friend, do you risk the friendship?
Mm,
Doesn't every great relationship start with friendship?
it does,
Let's talk about it.
but I feel like sometimes the scenario could be one has fallen while the other one hasn't.
True.
And so my perception, I could be wrong with this question, but that's my perception on that question is like one of them has feelings
Yeah.
and one of them probably isn't thinking of the other that way. They're just thinking friends. I think at that point, um, you would have to know your friend very well to know how they would take that information.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. That's hard. I think for me personally, I wouldn't risk the friendship.
You know what's interesting? I used to be that way in high school a lot of the time. Like I
Mm,
would get confused about like because I would think, "Oh, we're such good friends." And like what if I risk like getting to know them on a deeper level or like a different kind of level than
mhm.
just friends and then we're not friends anymore.
That
Because
that
you
part.
can't I it's very difficult. It's just like when you talk about situationships, right?
Mhm.
Like you can't, or friends with benefits,
Yeah,
you can't form that type of relationship and not have problems
that part. Because once you take it there,
going.
you can't go back.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, you could try to
difficult.
go back, but
Yeah,
it's never going to be the same. It's never
yeah.
going to be the same after that.
So I would just be sure, 100% sure that's what you want to do.
That part. And that it'll be received.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, if you kind of already can see that maybe it's not going to be received the way that you want it to be received, then what would be the point of risking your friendship because you want to vocalize how you feel? Which that may sound bad. That may sound like don't say how you feel, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. You, it's not like you can, it's not like you have to rush into making a decision. So you have time, right?
Right.
But like, think about it.
Wholeheartedly ponder.
This is another one of my stories, and then I'm gonna let you read the next one.
Mm.
Okay. Um, I almost ran over my sister with a car when we were little. I don't know if I've told you this story.
Tell the people how you almost accomplished this.
Did I tell you this before?
I think you have, but
It
it's
was
been a while.
Jamie.
Yes, it's been a hot minute.
So, Jamie, if you're watching this or listening, I'm about to tell the story about how you almost died. Okay? Basically, I think it was my dad that was in charge that day. I don't know. Like I don't know the full details. I just know that we were in the front yard. We had a driveway that was like, I mean, steep. And I think it was my dad's car. I don't know. But I was in the driver's seat and no one was watching me. And I literally put it in drive or reverse or something. I don't know. And the car started rolling back, and Jamie was behind it trying to keep it from moving because she was trying to save me. And the car almost ran her over.
That's crazy, Boots. How
Yep.
old were y'all?
Dude, I don't even know. I had to have been like 7, maybe. I don't know, maybe younger.
I mean, it's funny now, but at the time, it's probably not that funny.
I mean, the amount of times we could have died.
Crazy.
I know. I hope my kids don't tell these kind of stories. They probably will, though. I
I
mean,
mean,
none of us are perfect. So, like,
you almost took your sister out.
I know.
Shake my
I
head.
mean, she still loves me.
Yeah, for sure.
Barely. She still brings it up. She also still brings up the time that she sat on me when she was like 8 months pregnant because I stole her makeup. Brings it up every time. It could be a random Tuesday. Brings it up.
Do you remember that one
She's
time?
traumatized.
But who traumatized her?
This one down here. And let me know if you can't read it because guys, I write in cursive and it looks kind of
Oh no,
messy.
you're good. So this one is Am I the Problem? I am I'm in a happy and loving relationship. I process things at a higher rate than most, meaning when I see the smallest shift in mannerisms, tones, facial features, etc. Um, there's a there's a term for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my mind automatically starts to try and fill in the gaps. I'll ask, "Are you okay? What's the matter? Are you feeling some type of way?" Some of the time, I've read it wrong. Some of the time, I read it spot on. Am I the problem, or am I just hyper aware of these small things and that has blinded my ability to oh wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, right here.
Stay
Stay calmer.
calmer and more grounded.
So, you know what's crazy about this?
Mhm.
Something popped up on Instagram earlier today and it was like talking about neurodivergent
Yeah,
brains.
definitely that. I would say you're not the problem.
No.
I would say I don't know who this came from personally at the moment, but I am very similar, or I have tendencies that are very, very similar. Um, I grew up in a household where I did have to gauge, was this the right time to speak? Was this the time I needed to be silent? Are they upset? Are they upset at me? Are they upset at something else?
Mm-hmm.
So you're always trying to gauge and you're always trying to decipher what's going on before words are said. That is a form of hyper awareness
Yeah.
and, you know, the reactions, the trauma. It's a
It's a
trauma
trauma
response
response.
for sure.
Yeah.
So no, you're not the problem, but in the same token, and I say this with love because I've also had to do this. Um, there's a term that I use that I heard somewhere. You got to go see that lady. And when I say you got to go see that lady, it would probably behoove you to seek therapy so that you can kind of go deeper into trauma that's been experienced, kind of like the why behind you're so hyper aware and trying to gauge and read the room constantly. Um, and then once you kind of hone in into that, you can begin to compartmentalize. Yes, you're peeping and you're noticing things, but you cannot internalize that.
Yeah.
You can't consistently internalize it because that's when you're asking these questions. And like you mentioned in your question or in your story, sometimes you were wrong and sometimes you were spot on. Okay, well, there's not going to be 100% of the time that you're spot on. Some of the
Yeah.
times it's internalization. And so I would just recommend and like encourage you to kind of dig a little bit deeper on the
Yeah,
why
for
that is.
sure. Yeah. And I think I wrote that down too. It's not yeah, healing. Healing.
Mm-hmm.
And therapy is a big part of that.
Yeah. Because we can't help some of the things that we've been through and experienced that trigger
No.
that. But at the same time, no, it's not always you. Because I used to
Mm-mm.
think something similar like, is it me? Did I do something? Did I say something?
Yeah.
And that's not always the case.
No.
Sometimes people can just be pissed off about life that day and it have absolutely nothing to do with you.
It's also anxious attachment too, and that's hard too because
Yeah,
nobody likes to be anxious.
no.
Okay, what would you do? Your partner's friend messages you, flirting heavily, then later claims it was a test to see if you would cheat.
Oh, hell to the no. I'm cussing the
If
both of
you
you out.
have that kind of time,
I'm cussing the both of yous out. You hear me? Because
we've got a bigger problem if you have that much time.
for one, what does the friend feel the need to test for? And for two, uh, as one of my friends would say, I don't like nothing about it.
No, me
I don't
neither.
like nothing about
Me
it.
neither. It's giving. Why cause problems when there aren't any?
Yeah,
Like,
because do you not have a hobby? You testing people's relationship, that's not a
and
hobby.
also, let's talk about the fact that your partner's friend is the one doing the flirting. Like, would that not be a red flag?
Yeah, no. Regardless on if it was male or female, they gotta go.
For
That's not your
sure.
friend. Sorry.
Peace out. You're
Chris
dismissed.
Brown said deuces.
You're dismissed.
I said good day.
My friend ghosted me with no explanation. I asked why and was given a very bland, generic answer. How do you respond? Or how do I respond?
How do you think they should respond?
This has happened to me, and I just kind of let it go. But I also had to come to terms with letting it go. It was a battle. I was like, okay, I don't like this because I'm an empath and I don't like weird energy, and maybe they're upset with me, maybe they aren't, right?
Yeah.
But like at some point I've had to figure out and this is going to sound really harsh, but it's true, like who to invest in and who not to.
Mm-hmm.
And like the pattern was giving, if it's not that far into our friendship and this is already happening, then okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I think furthermore, sometimes you got to leave people where they're at. Like, if you are finding that you're trying to have a mature adult conversation about the ghosting,
yeah.
and all you get is that generic, not really invested response,
Yeah,
you
no.
kind of have to be like, okay, and chalk it up to you may never get a real explanation.
Oh yeah, it
Or
shifts, the friendship shifts for sure. Like you get a different version of me. It's
exactly.
not a cold version because I'm not changing my character for
But you're also
anybody.
limiting how much you're putting into that relationship because you're seeing that it's not being reciprocated, and
Right.
that is okay.
Yeah.
You are allowed to do that. Um, Point blank period. That's how I feel about
Yeah. Period.
it.
This is a story. Do you want to read it?
Sure.
Interesting take. Oh, this is from someone, and I read this and I was like, oh, that is crazy because I have heard this.
Okay, let me see. I recently heard that every generation that has ever been born has generally become smarter and more educated than the previous, and that trend has followed humanity consistently up until the year 2010, the introduction of screen. But I would say even before that a little bit, based
Mm-hmm.
learning over human to human instruction. Oh, I've heard this too, slash
Yeah.
interaction. Um, Now we are struggling to get them even as educated as we were. I
Mm-hmm.
have no idea um, if this is true, haven't looked it up, but I've heard it more than once in the last few months. I have heard this too. I don't have statistics on hand to back me up, but I'm pretty sure if we were to look into it a little bit more, this would be true because I have noticed with this generation, it's a lot harder to keep them engaged because
Mm-hmm.
the attention span is so much shorter. And because a lot of the learning is occurring via the screen versus the human
Yes.
to human teaching
Yeah.
that we received. I feel like millennials and maybe the generation right after millennials
It's hit or
are
miss.
the last ones to really have the human to human based teaching
Mm-hmm.
before a screen, as they mentioned in this. And you can definitely tell the
Tell.
difference.
Yeah.
And it's at the detriment of the generations that are currently experiencing it. And I mean, unless you are going out of your way to maybe homeschool or something of that sort, like you're going to see this a lot
For
across
sure.
the
Yeah.
board. And I
I've
actually
seen it.
agree with this take.
Me too. I've seen it personally. Like, kids don't want, they barely want to show up to school already. And that's always been a problem, right? But
Hmm.
when they do get to school, it's hard to keep them locked in on what's happening in the classroom
Yeah.
because of the phones, because of the computers. And I do believe that that's because, or that's the very reason that Texas decided to make phones illegal at school.
Hmm.
Has it helped? No, it hasn't.
Because the damage was kind of already done at that point. Like,
Right.
cool, you're taking the phones out of the schools, but you still have them learning on tablets.
And it's not defiance. What is it called? Their entitlement is higher. And so when you tell them, put your phone away,
Hmm.
it's not just a, okay, I will do that. You're literally fighting with them every single day for them to put their cell phone away.
And that's sad.
Like, do you think these teachers have that kind of time? No.
Mm-mm.
They just want to teach you some math or some reading or whatever it is that
Right.
they're in there to do. Like, I do think that's interesting. I don't know really if, I mean, is there a solution? I don't know. Like,
I don't think there, well, I don't want to say I don't think there is without getting in my conspiracy theory bag,
yeah,
but I'm going to save that for another time.
listen, if we're going to talk about conspiracy theories, side note, I went down this rabbit hole about the 10 scientists gone missing. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm. Like recently or just like
No,
throughout
over
time?
the years since like 2022.
Oh, I mean,
They've gone
it's not
missing
far-fetched,
and
especially if they were reporting or studying specific things
yes,
that
they
are in
were.
tandem to.
We'll have to talk about this in a second and
Mhm.
maybe we'll talk about it on another episode, but wild.
Yeah,
Talk about a rabbit hole.
for sure. I'm
And
feeling another episode, definitely.
yes, for sure. Okay, let me go back to this really sweet message. This is from a husband and a wife. This will be the last thing that I read, and then we will close out, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. My wife and I have been through so much with separation and divorce and remarriage, yes. I've never fully gotten to tell her how grateful I am. I I mean, I tell her every day that I love her and that she is beautiful, but I never really tell her how grateful I am. Going through what I went through changed my life in a big way and put the bigger perspective in front of me, which was a family man, husband, and a father to our kids. She gets up and she takes her kids to school and she goes to work. Sorry. When she gets off, she goes to get the kids from school so I can rest before work. She comes home, she makes dinner, she gets all their stuff ready for school. She does it all over again every day. I just wanted to tell her thank you, and what a better way to do it than hopefully be on the podcast and everybody hear it. My wife is just an amazing person, and I'll be forever grateful for her.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It is really sweet, and you have a great wife. And Mother's Day is coming up, so that's perfect.
Yeah, hook her up
Yeah.
with the gifts.
Pedicure, manicure.
Matter of fact, make sure she ain't even got to see them kids on Sunday.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Give her a true break.
That's so
Yeah, that's really sweet.
sweet. Anyway, yeah.
We love you
We're
guys. We appreciate these submissions.
mhm.
Thank you so much for reaching out, hitting us up, letting us know your thoughts, your
Yep.
stories, your takes,
Mhm.
your questions. Hopefully, we were able to provide something, if not a few
I wanted more
giggles.
jokes, but it's fine. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, it's fine. Jesse, you're not funny, okay? I just want the people to know. But I love you down.
Anyways, we hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.